Yo, what's up? This is John from Judge Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital of the state, baby. I'm hungry. Jay, all you do is eat. That's right. That's right. Uh-huh. What does he say? All right. I'm not gonna be on here long. I say that every time. This dog down here whining because it's raining. Y'all hang tight. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, the weather has changed drastically since 12 o'clock. It's raining, it's cold, the wind blowing. We're gonna wait one more minute and then we're gonna go. Give it another minute. Get some people on here. Talk about the horns and the relay. $30 seconds. I ain't got nothing for y'all. Finna run y'all out. All right, we're gonna get to it. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the Impala. So, well, first let me get my daggone There we go, that's better. All right, boys and girls. So, just to recap what happened, what has happened. Fixed the seat, added extension on the seat, worked out great. Actually, the owner came by today, which was good seeing the owner, the client. Came by, and so that was a success. We talked about some other stuff. We talked about the air compressors. Go ahead and address that issue and upgrade those. And I got some ideas on that. So going to order 2 brand new Viair 485Es, the black steps with the wiring harness. Not the wiring harness, but more wire cable, because the relays, it needs more power wire, so that's that. Probably going to get some water traps, because there's no water traps. That tank's probably never been drained, so I'm going to pull the system out, drain the system, make sure everything's good, put some water traps. There's no water traps anywhere. So we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna try to clean up the trunk space for it. Go from there. There's some little odd and end things here and there I want to kind of address. Don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I want to clean it up so when he does pop the trunk, it looks a little bit of presentable. You know, where it looks good. You know what I'm saying? So we get up here. We talked about the engine. We talked about the engine, the transmission, and the options on what can be done, what not can be done, what needs to be done, where we need to be due, what be due. Sound like daggone Fred Flintstone. So we came up with a plan, and for everybody that was screaming in my ear, keep it small block, keep it small block, keep it small block. Don't go LS, keep it traditional, keep it traditional. Guess what? Y'all won with keeping it traditional, small block, right? The owner said that he's pretty sure this is a 350. He's pretty sure it's a 2-speed power glide. So we're keeping it traditional. But what we are going to do, we're going to pull the engine, pull the transmission out, pull the radiator out, pull all this stuff out. I'm going to mark and label everything where everything's at, and then going to order a vintage air system for it and see what comes with that. And then I'm going to get Carolina Dustless Blaster out here and have them, I'm going to tape this up, lay shipping blankets on all the car, tape all this up, and then blast all this with crushed glass and get all this POR or whatever this all, just clean every bit of this out. Just clean the whole engine bay, right? And then go from there, do the same thing with the hinges, clean the hinge, replace the springs, order new springs, check out the bushings on the hinges, look at whammy rods, a support rod, the hydraulic rod, and then go from there. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts, So do not know what the condition of this engine is. So what we will do is we will pull this engine, tear this engine down just to look to see if it's been bored. Shouldn't take a lot of time to do that. If the block is completely stock, okay, if it's a stock 350 block that it's never been messed with, never been bored, never been nothing, then we'll use this block, right? The heads are dated, so they're not efficient, so we'll put a set of nice heads on it. That Weidland or Weedland intake, it's a pretty good intake, so we'll clean that intake up, check it, make sure it don't have no cracks, no leaks, no nothing.
stuff like that, see what kind of intake it is, and then possibly reuse that intake if there's nothing been compromised on it. Then everything else will be replaced, you know. It'll be cleaned up, it'll be bored, everything will be replaced. Get a set of block huggers or a set of exhaust manifolds that's supposed to go in a 63 Impala, so it's not long tube. Look at CVS or CVF or CFV front drive system, or something similar that has the air conditioner, the water pump, power steering pump pulley, and the AC or the alternator, have all that together on the front. So it can run air conditioner, pull the radiator out, clean the radiator, clean it with some coil cleaner. It looks like it might be a pretty good radiator, but like I said earlier, these are solid mounted. Put some isolators on it. There's some battery box tray there. You can see the little issue there. Fix the battery tray. My buddy, I talked to him a while ago on the phone. He says he has a couple 700Rs, but they have to be rebuilt. So take the 700R to the transmission shop, have them rebuild it, have them fix the stuff that normally goes wrong with 700Rs, have them to put the TCI pressure valve in it where it keeps 200 PSI on the pressure valve at all times. So if the detent cable is not 100% where it needs to be, then you don't have a potential of burning up a transmission. The dry shaft, if it needs to be fixed or replaced, can take care of that as well. So that's good on that. So moving forward, really moving forward, I got to get with AVS, talk to my guys out in AVS. It needs front shocks. There is no shocks on it. Go from there. And then once all that's done, I'll check out the wiring harness to see what kind of wiring harness is on it, see what all this is, and then replace the wiring harness or just fix what's broken. Everything works, like tail light works, but turn signals don't work, you know, stuff like that. Probably look into like a Summit Racing or an I Did It or a Flaming River steering column, because this column here has got a lot of issues going on it. Or just see what's going on with this steering column to fix whatever. He really likes these steering wheels. I like it as well. If this steering column can be taken apart and fixed and repaired, then I will do that. But if this steering column is beyond repair with all the stuff it needs, the turn signals, the cancellation, the wiring, and all that, just replace it with OEM replacement from I Did It or Flaming River or Summit or CPP, whoever has one for a 63 Impala. If they rebuild the stock steering column, I will ship them the stock steering column and let them rebuild the stock steering column and go back. He did tell me that this car is not a numbers matching car, so that's okay too. You can see where the shifter U-joint is kind of busted right there. I know I've went over this in other videos, but I'm just kind of recapping what happened today with that. Also, I did start wiring up the horns because I could do that, but I got to clean up this wiring harness. So I don't want to spend too much more time on this, so I don't want to have to be backpedaling. But when you're wiring up horns, you cannot, well, you can, but you don't supposed to wire them up straight to a hot source. Like run the power wire, you know, run the ground and then run the power wire directly to a 12-volt source and then hit the key and then you got horns. You need to put them on a relay, right? So these horns came with 2 short red pieces and 2 short yellow pieces. So I just followed suit with what they sent with the kit. So I have red wire there with a black loom on it. I have yellow wire there with a yellow loom on it. And then here's where I piggybacked off of that one. There is the relay right there. Now I will clean up these wiring harness. So that's a 4-pin relay. You got the hot, you got the remote, you got the activator, and you got the ground. So basically, this red wire and this yellow wire is acting as a 12-volt key source and a fuse source, right? All right, then the horn ring in the horn is activated by the ground in the steering column. So typically, look, I done ripped another pair of pants. That button right there is when this ring is on here, all right, and you go to push this, it grounds out that, it pushes that, and then honk, 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 you got the horn, right? Well, I don't know what's going on in here. He did have some bag of parts with some horn parts, and so really I don't know what's all going on in here until you start tearing into this, and you can see that the steering wheel is actually busted, but I can actually repair that. I can repair, if it doesn't compromise safety, I will repair this steering wheel. I know a lot of people do sometimes, but let me just show you this. So imagine this wire here is the wire that runs up through the steering column and is actually hooked to that ground wire pin that's in the steering wheel. And when you push the horn ring, it activates the ground, which completes the circuit because you have the key on, or a 12-volt source, and then a fuse source. You have a relay that everything is going through a relay. Then you have the horns that are wired up. The horns are actually grounded to the housing and actually to the frame, and you're hoping that you have a good chassis ground, right? So I'll check all that once we pull the engine out and go there. So this right here is going to act as the key. This is going to act as the ring on the steering wheel, all right? So dog runs out in front of you, you slam on the horn. You awake? Do I have your attention, please? So that represents the ring in the steering wheel. Now, again, I will clean all these wires up. I'll wire loom them because all this stuff is going to get took out anyway. So probably what I'll do is I'll secure all this stuff. But basically, that's how the horn works. Has to be on a relay. When you activate the horn, what you're doing is you're actually completing the circuit on the ground side. It's best to do it on the ground side instead of the hot side. And then when you hit the horn button, you got two high-pitched horns. And he supplied these horns, so I don't know where they came from or what brand they are or anything like that. But that's enough of that shit, Jay. You done death in every one of us. So that's about it on that, boys and girls. If ain't nobody got no questions, I don't even know. They ain't even no foot traffic going on here. I don't even know if there's anybody on here. But that's about it. The weather, we'll walk out here and look at the weather. I'm definitely not going to be on here long. I was on here too long this morning, and I need to secure some stuff, pull some stuff out, and tidy up on some stuff. But like I said, I'll give it just a few minutes to see if anybody else keys in, and then we'll go from there. But I will show you this, the weather. I ain't got nothing for you. Look, I sat down and he thinks I got snacks. Right there. See the weather? I sat down, he thinks I got snacks. I ain't got no snacks. I ain't got nothing for you. He's like a dog, man. Son goes like a dog. I'm telling you, man, no, get going. Watch, he's like a dog. Come on. Come on. Come on, get up here. Cats are nasty. Got parasites on their feet. They always playing in shit. They eating rats. Rats has got worms. No. Mm-mm. Anyways, what you doing, fat boy? What you doing, fat boy? What you doing, fat boy? Look at him. Look at the coat on that son of a gun. I could turn you into a hat. So, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna give it about 2-3 more minutes. There ain't but one person been in the comments. That's Felix. So, well, boys and girls, that's all I got for today. Ain't got no movement. Ain't gonna stay on here much longer. So, that's the update on the Impala. Y'all stay tuned. Got a lot of stuff going on. Somebody's going like a dog. Man, look at that. Look. You imagine walking around carrying that crap on you all day? What's wrong with you? You need somebody to brush you. Look. Look at him. Wee. All right, boys and girls. So that's all I got for you today. I think I went live 3 times a day. I don't know. But if you ain't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of stuff going on. Found out today that slosh tubs, Mike and Sarah Losh from Slosh Tubs, they are carrying interior parts for 68C10. So front seats, door panels, headliner, full headliner, and dash pad. So just talked to Mike this morning about that. He sent me some pictures. Looks really, really good. So talked to my client about it and give me the go ahead. So went ahead and got all that and got put on the list. So cannot wait. Going with like camel, or not camel, going with like a cognac leather kind of leather seats, leather bench seat with a fold down, leather door panels, leather headliner, full dash, and then going from there. And then I talked to TKM about setting up for a dyno visit. They told me once I get the clutch done, get the clutch bled, get all that took care of, get it scheduled, bring it up there on a Saturday, get the cold air intake done. They'll put it on the dyno. They'll tune it. We'll have some real numbers on that. I'm excited about that. Got to get a... Need to pull the van in here. It's got a 4.3 V6 in it, and I was told that the starter's locked up on it. So need to get a starter and put a starter on that and see if that thing fires that thing up, and we go from there. So that's about it, boys and girls. Remember I said, look at this cat. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first.